Okay, and this is what we're doing is we're cooking wax, and we're going to pour that into a mold. Okay, we're going to be pouring the wax now, and if the wax is right, there's no bright blue spots in there, and I'm going to be pouring it very slowly into the mold. We don't want any occlusions, which are air pockets. So we'll pour this very slowly. Hopefully I have enough, because otherwise I don't want to remelt and add, because that's not good. And we keep pouring it and pouring it. And it looks like I just made enough out of this batch. I lucked out. Okay, so this is a 6" by 6" square. Try to overfill it slightly, and that should be it. Now you don't want to get this wax on you, because if you do, believe me, it burns like all heck, and don't do that. Okay, so this will now set up in approximately 2 hours. Okay, for this next part we're going to actually pour some rubber into some molds. So we have the silicon RTV rubber mold here. We have the catalyst here that you're supposed to be shaking for 90 seconds, and pretty well done. I have my scale and I have my measurements here set up. So basically this is a 10-to-1 mix. I'm going to be pouring the RTV rubber, okay, so that's 3.6 ounces that I've got measured in here. So that means I need to put 0.36 ounces of catalyst in here, which is this. So I tare it, and now I can add until I get the correct amount. Okay, once I have that, stir. And you can see it's a goopy mess, but I'm stirring. And you got to mix this stuff up pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to leave this alone for a while I'm mixing. Okay, after I get it all mixed up, it looks fairly decent. I can then start my pour. So I'll pour it into the mold. And after I fill it up, I'll just let it set for 24 hours and we should be done. Okay, so 24 hours has elapsed and we're now going to break them out. The rubber seems to be doing pretty good. We're going to break them out of the mold. So I got a special tool that I use to just go on the outside just to break the tension. Shouldn't be much, but you know, just do that here in here. Okay, and now we'll peel it out of the mold and see what happens. This is alright, and we don't want to do too bad, and voila, there's number one, and you see mold's still intact. Now this one's a little bit different, so we'll pull that off. Luckily the silicone doesn't stick to everything, so it's pretty easy to pull up. And I'll just run the tool along, makes it the right way to do it, this one. There we go. That rips that off. And stick that alongside, rip it off. This one seems to be fighting me just a little bit, but and voila, that's the mold after I got done, and this looks good to me. So the next step is pouring the rosin to actually make the parts. Alright, finally we got to the stage. Now I mixed the mold material, which is 1:1, and I've got that in here. And I'm going to pour it into all of these different molds that we have. So that's the first pour. The second pour. The third. That's a little bit overfill. And there we go. So that gives us all the material is inside the pores to some degree or another. And I probably would just level it off a little bit just to make sure. You have a little bit of shrinkage in these things. And since I have a little bit left over, I'm going to make some other parts from molds that I've done a few years ago. Now this takes about 30 to 40 minutes to set up, so I'll pull them out in that time period. Okay, now we're going to pull it out of the mold. I had all kinds of problems with the mix, but let's see what happens here when I do the pull. So, oh, that broke, or that didn't mold right. Okay, that didn't mold right either. Okay, that's kind of embarrassing, but I think, all right. Yeah, you see, that didn't go. Nothing wrong with the mold, it just didn't pour down in enough. So you can see what happened. Okay, so those are throwaways. But these are the other ones that did come out, and they look pretty good. So I think what we got is just, you have to be careful on the pores, because it seems like both of these had the same problem on the pour. Very thin walls, see? Okay.